Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, blah 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 blah. In the last parts, we've just accused Acro of being the murderer of Russell Berry. We will find out where this goes right now. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. You know, she just was saying, it's like, you should look at the witness. Hey, the bird is killing me. He's staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling. Mr. Dingling, wow. Well, why did they... You know, if they wanted to make it really funny, they could have named him Dinkelman. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things... See, even a sliver of common sense makes... typo! Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. Geez, too many big words. It's kind of hard. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. Wow. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro's unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? No, he didn't. There was no one there at the time. No one's alibi even suggested that they could have been there. So, he must not have. Now then, this must be when we got to hear the name of this mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Bam! Oh, I forgot the epic finger point and the smack, smack, smack. Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear up something for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Well, we already know he can't leave his room, and the murder occurred right below his room, so I'm gonna say in his room. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster, epic finger point. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? Oh, crap. He's gonna call another bird to go and kill us. It's an interesting theory. Epic finger point. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. It is not impossible. Although it sure sounds like it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this illegal buffet or buffet. I don't know which pronunciation they're going for. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here, she's right. I can't mess up here. I gotta give this serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he killed the ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Present evidence. Let us present evidence, because we have some. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? Let's see here. He used the dead, decaying corpse of the lion! No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. He used the monkey! No. He dropped the bottle on... No. Okay, enough with the random crap. You know, that definitely looks big enough. A bronze statue taken from the cafeteria from the crime. Where is that? Where was that thing anyway? You know, if money were to take that and it is decently shiny, maybe it was in his room and he had it, so maybe he used this.
Take that!
What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity of Maximilian Galacta's ample bust... Wow, that sounded really weird. Epic finger points. That sounds so weird. This ample bust. It makes me think of Mai Valentine from freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, how they're making all those boob jokes about her. Anyway, order, order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection!
Objection! How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible!
Objection!
Objection! Oh, no, well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Epic finger point. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things this time. Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we go and get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time.
Objection!
Objection! There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection!
Objection! The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Yeah, I guess that is a good point. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would have been unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? We'll see about that. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over to the window. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That was what I was thinking. And what is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Yeah, kind of like you. Ugh, I can't let her get to me. I gotta focus. In the next part, we're gonna learn more about Acro's physical state. Sorry about cutting it off right now, but, you know, these are pretty good parts to cut it off. So, anyway, see you guys later.